Hi, my name is Sophia Christina Botha, live from Lockdown Island, and I'm joined by Ozma the Dark for another edition of LGBTQ Rants, or as the far right like to call it, two lizard people pushing cultural Marxism.
Well, yeah, although I am actually I am actually pushing cultural Marxism. So much so that I don't even seem to be able to pronounce it right.
Yeah. Anyways, well, it's hilarious actually, because I've been watching some of the impeachment stuff today, and which is where I think we will begin. Hold on, let me see if I've got the right screen. Yep, here we are. It's going on. Watching some of these GOP congressmen in utter fucking denial. My name is Jim James the Third Jr. I'm from the great state of flyover backwater inbred. I'm married to my wife, who's also my sister and my mom. So no wonder I haven't got the capabilities to grasp that Donald Trump has caused an insurrection and near coup. I mean, these are the fucking people who believe you and I are really lizard people because we're Jews and control the world economy.
Well, yeah, I just know that there's a lot of the original redneck stereotypical Southerner who actually fought for fought with workers and fought against capitalism type stuff, and then there are these sort of redneck players who like to pretend that they live in the rich South in their mind.
Yeah.
The plantation owning South.
I mean, it's embarrassing watching these GOP members try and defend Trump. They're in absolute fucking denial about
except for the five Republicans.
What's happened and their contribution to having caused it.
Yeah, don't forget though, there are five Republicans who are also voting for the impeachment.
Including Liz Cheney, who's the daughter of Dick Cheney. Isn't she? Or she's the wife? I can't remember. Anyways, so yeah, there are some Republicans voting. As you can see, they are voting at the moment. I don't know if this is the actual impeachment resolution or if this is just the resolution.
So this is the House does the first impeachment process thing, and then the Senate finalizes the impeachment process.
All right. Okay. So
if this passes, he will have been impeached twice by the House.
Yeah, the first U.S. president to be impeached twice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll get through the Senate.
The Senate is 50-50 Democratic and Republican. We know,
and they need, I think, 16 or 17 senators from the Republican side to convict him. That ain't going to happen. However, I saw Carl Gurklinski from Secular Talk suggest that there is something that could do under I think it's the 14th Amendment, where they just need a simple majority, which would just to ban Trump from ever standing for office again. Because the major reason they're trying to impeach him is so that he cannot stand for office ever again.
Yeah,
that is what we need to prevent. Anyways,
and we could definitely have a majority in that.
Anyways,
I know there are enough Republicans who would go through with that.
Anyways,
since there's like 50 Democrats.
Anyways, thought we'll start the show proper with a little musical interlude.
Oh God.
Clap, clap, clap. Clap if your account has been permanently suspended because you're such a cunt. Clap, clap, clap if you're about to be impeached for being a fascist cunt. Clap, clap, clap.
I mean,
I like that.
That definitely is a good way to start things off.
Yeah. All right. So since the last time we convened, Parler's down. Oh, I think I've just come again. Nearly as much as I did when I saw Trump's Twitter page being suspended. Well, this is what happens when you have a continuous online Klan rally, because that's what basically Parler was.
Well, yeah, I mean, it banned liberals. It banned anyone that's too far left.
Anyway,
talking about free speech.
And deplatforming works. Now, I'm going to bring up this. This is from 2019, and it's by the anti-fascist group Hope Not Hate. It's a report. Thought I'd highlight for people go and check this out about the fact that deplatforming actually does work. There's hold on, where is it? Yeah, here we are. We have Christy, who isn't one of the lizard people, I add, joining us shortly.
Yeah,
here she comes.
Clearly, we are.
Sorry, just wait. Hold on, folks. So she'll be with us in a second. She's slowly connecting.
Her computer is
a bit of a potato.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah, and our internet signal isn't always stable. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, as we say, we need a non-lizard person on the show.
I guess.
Yeah, we need a Gentile on the show.
Yeah, otherwise we're living in the Jewish anti-Zionist echo chamber that is this show.
No, it'd be the Jewish Zionist to the far right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's because
we're part of
Jewish,
we're part of the Zionist we're part of the Zionist occupational government, according to the what was it, the Turner Diaries, wasn't it? That fascist diary.
Oh God, I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to know. Hey, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
You're here. Right, the sound's connecting likely. Slowly, the sound connects, and then Christy's wondrous voice is projected on all the sound speakers.
Hello.
We can barely hear you, my darling.
How's that?
A little better.
Hey.
Switch it over. Better?
Hello.
Yeah. We're live, by the way.
Yeah.
So now.
I was doing
we
a courtesy.
We're just informing the audience that we need one non-lizard person to say that, you know, we aren't actually part of the Zionist occupational government.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, you've got Grandma here from the Addams family. As you can
Okay.
see.
You don't know that.
Wait, who's the grandma from the Addams family?
And you missed me coming in my panties at the site that the parlor site's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're the lucky one. Anyways. I don't know why Sophia kept the camera on during that. It seemed really weird.
It gets a bit uncomfortable when there's a trickle of liquid going down your leg after a while.
Just to show you my embarrassing personal life, I didn't realize I'd press both buttons to talk with my therapist because it's a two button connection. I hadn't realized I'd pressed it twice, and so I was putting on my pants when she came on. So
I don't know if you want to announce that on YouTube, my darling.
I mean, you say that, but you just talked about coming in your panties at the site of Parliament Town.
Well, you had to put up with me doing it last week when I saw Donald Trump's page was that Donald Trump's Twitter account had been suspended. Yes, I got very excited at that one. I mean, I've come more times than Kevin Logan in the last week, and I'm infertile.
But we should probably continue to the
yes. Onwards with the show. I was just going through this. This is for the Hope Not Hate. It's a British anti-fascist group, and they put out a report a couple of years ago about deplatforming, and well, basically, it works.
yes,
it does work. Here it says the success of the tactic is shown clearly in a report by researchers from the Royal United Services Institute and Swansea University following the whack-a-mole, which explored the impact of deplatforming on British far-right group Britain First. The group had widely disproportionate online presence with 1.8 million viewers and 2 million likes on Facebook. Yeah, the reason they were able to get that many, right, was that they were very manipulative in putting out a lot of sort of cute puppy photos, which people liked.
Yeah.
But only European puppies.
In March 2018, making it the second most liked Facebook page within politics and society category in the UK after the royal family. However, it was removed. The group was removed from Twitter in December 2017 and from Facebook in March 2018, and it's had an enormous effect on the organisation's influence in the UK. But that's true. Yeah. You do hear the odd thing about them now. I know that after the Conservatives won the general election in 2019, Paul Golding, who was the leader of Britain First, was trying to join the Tory party. They actually did turn him down, though. So even they have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be nice if Twitter went on and deplatformed the LGB Alliance.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to some of that in a minute. As the report states, Facebook's decision successfully disrupted the group's online activity, leading to them have to start anew on Gab. Now, it's funny they bring Gab up. I don't know if you know, obviously after Parliament went down, all the Nazis were trying to join Gab. Gab itself has been banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
That happened yesterday.
Well, who here has a Gab account?
Sorry?
Who here has a Gab account?
You do.
Other than me.
I've never heard of it before.
No, I do.
Christy, you look even more feminine with your hair like that. She does, doesn't she, Ozma?
I mean, it's a nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You do. You look good.
Thank you.
It's good to see you smile. See?
But for the audience, I've been very sick the last.
I know you have.
Almost month, a little over a month now, and I'm starting to feel better.
Yeah.
Anyways, a different, considerably similar social media platform that this is a reference to, Gab. Never able to attract larger numbers of activists on the streets, and the anti-Muslim group's astute social media operation had been successful at attracting huge numbers online, which allowed it to spread masses of this is absolutely all true. If people want to go and see this, because there's another bit which about one of the grifters who got banned, I think from YouTube, was going on about how they can't make a living from basically spouting hate now. Yeah. So deplatforming works, and this is why it's important to deplatform Trump. This is why it's actually important to impeach Trump, or at least restrict him from standing from office ever again. Now, obviously, in this country, we don't have the First Amendment, so I don't know about in the States where it's a lot more of a bigger deal, free speech.
Well, the
so
thing
I
is,
don't know
free
culturally.
Speech. So here's the thing with free speech: you're allowed to speak freely, but you're not allowed to speak freely while trespassing on other people's property. At the moment, Twitter is considered other people's property. Same with a lot of the larger platform groups. It's sort of like getting a stage. It's treated oftentimes like getting a stage. So if you get a stage, if you rent the stage, you can speak to a lot of people. But if the stage manager says, fuck off.
Well, the way I see it is that in this country, the landlord reserves the right to chuck out any, disruptive drunk from his pub, right? And that's the same with Twitter. If people aren't prepared to comply with the terms of service, then, they have every right to remove them. And I mean, I've been in Twitter jail for using the C word. if people wondering what's that C word, it's cunt.
Yeah, I mean, you've already said it like on the show a few times. You can get away with it a bit more because you're British. I'm pretty sure I would get in more trouble if I said it.
Well,
strangely enough, I'm having the cognitive dissonance of the only person I've ever said that about, being one of the stand-up people in the house right now, and Liz Cheney. So.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
What, you called her a cunt?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. She was talking.
Oh, God.
Christy's on form.
I mean, it was a good setup. I mean,
anyways. I don't know if I could recover from that one. Anyways, no, I mean, I called Jeremy Hunt, who was a government minister at the time, a cunt. I mean, it's quite easy. There's a whole montage of newsreaders and journalists accidentally calling him a cunt on YouTube, right? It's a very easy thing to do. And I did get suspended for 7 days, right? But I've learned my lesson sort of. There was someone bugging Aria back in October, and I called them I actually said I spelt it wrong. I spelled it CNUT, and the next thing I got suspended for 12 hours. That was the last time.
Yeah.
I still have not been okay, no, sorry. I got suspended on Twitter once with an alt account that I was trying to parody an anti-trans thing, and it was fair because it was a little too close, and then I stopped using that account. But that's the only thing I've gotten in trouble for.
Yeah.
Would you like to know the only thing I got suspended for, and it's really fucked up?
Go
on. Somebody was trying to back me up in an argument, and they brought up a good point. I said, yes, you're right, but that's not a hill I want to die on. That's not a hill on which I want to die, is what I said.
Well, my friend,
very specifically, and the person reported me for suicidal speech.
Ah, right.
And
my friend Vicky,
she got kicked off permanently. So
my friend Vicky Jane Gooding, otherwise known as Hen's Teeth on Twitter, she got suspended because a TERF tricked her into misgendering them, and
the
Vicky
term what misgendering?
I can't remember the full details, but I know that a TERF tricked them into misgendering, and what happened was that the TERF used that, because if you misgender someone on Twitter, you get banned, right? And
well, unless you're a popular account, because I don't see the LGBT Alliance.
Well, no, Vicky
for that.
Yeah, well, Vicky tried to fight this because she thought it was, it is bullshit. But in the end, she relented and just removed the tweet. But I mean, that's all Twitter asked you to do. They said, like, if you remove the tweet, you can come back, and most times or not. I mean, I've also, TERFs have tried to get me into trouble because I've got a meme that says some trans women have penises. Get over it. And I don't like that one.
I posted that.
They don't like a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, Trump incites a riot, and Twitter first of all bans him for 12 hours. I mean, TERFs go around basically driving trans women to suicide, but hey, they're free to do that. I mean, I still got problems with Twitter. However, Twitter are now seem to be taking out the news. Sorry, it's my phone. That's the BBC News thing. Twitter, I guess that's the House have now voted to impeach Trump, I would imagine.
Very likely. They were supposed to do it at 3.
Let me have a look.
I mean, I can't imagine that there are too many Democrats who would vote against
Donald
it.
Trump has officially become the first president to be impeached twice.
Yeah. That's pretty expected.
Right. Anyways, so where was I?
I think your tabs say about where you were.
Yeah. Ha. Anyways,
Well, it's a good organization method. I'm not trying to diss it. It's genuinely good. Helps you know where you are too.
Yeah, well, I was talking, weren't I? And I
I don't remember that. I forget the words that come out of your mouth like 5 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, it's yeah. All right. Whatever.
Seriously though, I'm terrible at remembering conversations exactly.
So Parler is no more. It's dead. But before it was dead, right? It got hacked. So many how many terabytes was it? It was like 80 terabytes, wasn't it?
Yep.
Of information about locations of users was hacked. I wonder if Anonymous did this. Mind you, then again, Anonymous tend to be pro free speech, so I don't know if they have.
Oh.
But anyways, the locations of users and whatever else got hacked. Because I don't know if you know, but Christy will be able to tell you tell us because she had a Parler account.
Yep.
You had to put your social security number in, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. You had to turn over privileged information.
You have to show, and to get verified, you have to show your driver's license.
Oh, jeez.
Front and back.
Oh, fuck that.
And they built this. They said they were all secure, but they built it on an old WordPress free system. So basically, there's backdoors up the wazoo.
Oh God.
So the continuous online clan rally known as Parler is now over, and its CEO is having a fucking fit about it.
Understand, we were wiped out. Listen to me, America. We were wiped out. I've been texting with Brian all weekend. And what did you say? Every text was like, Apple? Question mark. Yep, Apple. Then Brian would text me, Google too? Yep, Brian, Google. Then he texts me next, Amazon too? Yep. That was my answer to him every time. I have not slept all weekend. They've effectively tried to bankrupt me and my investors on Parler. And you know what? They won. And to all the geniuses out there too.
No.
I mean, it's not.
No. This is a smallest violin. You stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you allow people to use fuck off. What the fuck is that? I don't know.
And here's the funny thing. I listened last week to his interview with the New York Times, and he was going on about his centrist libertarian ideals and not speaking nearly that fast. But yeah.
Well, maybe he did some coke before he went on air.
Well, it's free in Don Jr.'s dressing room, right?
Yeah, no, no, they don't actually care about free speech.
I don't feel sorry one bit for it. I mean, you allow the fucking platform, and also they're hypocrites because they say, "Oh, we're pro free speech." Well, they were banning lefties from joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hypocrite. You know, your free speech until speech you don't like. At least I'm honest. I do believe there should be a modicum of free speech, but I do think it has its fucking limitations. And you crossed that line, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think...
Maybe you're bankrupt for the amount of fucking cocaine you've fucking taken as well.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility.
Of course, in Minecraft.
Mine the cocaine, right?
By the way, sort of a associated story. Ron Paul, there's a blast from the past. He's been complaining he's been banned from Facebook or something along those lines. As if anyone really cares. But it's actually Ron Paul I blame for all this, believe it or not, because his whole revolution campaign thing back in 2007, 2008, this is what kickstarted this whole far-right movement.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, his sort of, his whole movement fed into the Tea Party, and then the Tea Party fed into Donald Trump's election campaign.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Donald Trump's ass.
Well, I think some of them would actually like to toss Donald Trump's salad. Well, they might be able to, because I'm sure they're all going to end up in jail, with Donald Trump. Some people are going to go, what the fuck is Sophia talking about? Look up what tossing the salad means in prison.
It doesn't mean anything. Trust me.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It means licking out someone's ass.
I know what it means.
Yeah, we all know what it means.
But it's very specific. It's licking the ass to the bottom of the balls. I mean, come on. If you're gonna get your kink on, you gotta at least get it, if you will, straight.
All right. Okay, so Parler's gone offline. They're going to be suing Amazon. Good luck with that, because Amazon gave you notice.
Yeah, I mean, good luck suing the second richest company in the world.
Also, there's a story I did feature, and I'm glad I didn't feature because it's been corrected now. But just before Christmas, I saw a story that Amazon, you know that you can donate to charities when you purchase stuff on Amazon?
Yes.
You were able to send money to anti-LGBT charities. And this was in Pink News. I have a friend who's LGBTQ, I won't mention their name, who works at Amazon's headquarters, and have told me this has been corrected. I also found out from them the internal LGBTQ group in Amazon is called Glamazon, which I thought was lovely.
That is the best. Okay, I'm going to try to get back into some form of Amazon employment just for the... I mean, outside of streaming. The
thing about Amazon, and Jeff Bezos, I will say is, yeah, I know that people complain about some of the employment practices at Amazon about paying, not paying below the minimum wage and not paying tax. However, Jeff Bezos has put his money where his mouth is when it comes to supporting LGBTQ campaigns. He has backed several to the tune of millions. So, I'm prepared to give him some leeway.
A tiny amount. The same leeway that I would give Bill Gates for giving millions of dollars. Like, there's like a genuine benefit to giving out money.
Yeah, but Bill Gates,
I
forgot what disease he's managed to. No, that wasn't him. That was Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy Carter managed to wipe out guinea worm thingy, didn't he?
Yes.
Gates is on his way to wiping out malaria. That's sure. With all
I'm not trying to say that.
Yeah, I know. These people don't...
I agree. I'm just saying I give them about the same level of leeway. They do some good stuff, but they're also have way too much money.
Yeah, I would agree. And
like they could help a lot more, but they don't.
It's really funny watching all these congressmen saying the reason these people were lashing out last week at Capitol, with the Capitol riots is, actually I can't keep that voice up, was basically because of their economic class. And you sort of thought, hold on a moment, you're rich, you're the ones, allowing corporations to dodge tax and whatever else. No wonder everyone,
Yeah.
the poor people are even fucking poorer. It's because of you. You're the ones causing the fucking problem.
Yeah, if the
Fucking
minimum wage
hypocrites.
had gone with inflation, it'd be like $25 an hour, I want to say.
Yeah. Right. This actually sums up. It sums up everything wrong with the GOP. Right. So Matt Gaetz was complaining because Twitter are taking out the Nazi garbage. He's lost a whole load of followers.
Yeah.
In fact, here's the tweet. Right. So, okay.
He lost what was that, 36,000 Twitter accounts.
Well,
yeah, he was down under 800 last I looked.
Well, I don't know if he wants to brag about the amount of Twitter followers he's lost, because we all know that they're Nazis. In fact, actually, PragerU have lost 10% of their followers.
Yeah, no, that sounds right. Especially with PragerU content.
I mean, they're all fucking Nazis. I mean, there's a 9/11 happening every day in America because of COVID-19, right? And he's worrying about the amount of fucking, his Twitter followers. That explains everything fucking wrong with the GOP. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
By the way, after Trump leaves the White House, is he moving back into Trump Tower?
No. He's going to Mar-a-Lago, but Mar-a-Lago is not zoned for residency, so they're trying to kick him out.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of banks that are going to be coming after Trump as soon as he leaves the White House.
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
along with the Minnesota government and several government
and the New York
State owes.
And the New York State government, I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, and talking about New York State, it looks like Rudy Giuliani is going to get disbarred.
Yep.
I mean, he was really incompetent and didn't follow any sort of professional legal practice while defending Trump. So, yeah. Oh,
and talking about Matt Gaetz, the first time I came across Matt Gaetz was last year. There was that congressional hearing where they had Zuckerberg, not Jack Dorsey, I think Bezos was there, about the influence of social media. Oh, and I had I forgot what his name is. It's one of the CEOs of Google. And Gates complained to the CEO of Google. He said, I've been sending out digital election material, and it keeps going into people's spam folders.
I mean,
oh, for fuck's sake!
I mean, it's spam. Of course it's going into people's spam folders. You have to sign up for letters like
this
that.
Guy. What fucking world does he live in?
Well, I mean, he was a rich school dropout who managed to force his way into money, so...
He's dumb as a box of rocks and only half as pretty.
Anyway, the QAnon shaman, Jake Angelini, is that how you pronounce it?
Angeli.
Jake Angeli, he's been detained.
Yeah.
That was the guy with who looked like a Viking, who's all tattooed, and face painted like he was fucking William Wallace. He's been detained. Now, he certainly hasn't been using the right kind of peyote, because I mean, if he had been, wouldn't he have got a vision that this was going to happen?
But I mean, arguably, he should have also. I don't know why but he's vegan. Who
Yeah. I'm getting to that. Don't spoil it.
I'm
getting,
sorry. We're talking about him.
I'm getting to that. I'm going to get
to.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
But as I said, I thought Shane would take peyote to get visions. Well, obviously he's been using the wrong side. He didn't see this coming.
I think the funniest thing going on with him is not the organic food, which is funny, but that he's trying to convince people now that he's not Antifa because they've been.
Yeah, I saw Rose of Moron was passing that conspiracy around.
Was she really? Of course she was.
Yeah.
Fucking surprised.
Anyways, I don't usually get stories from the Mail Online because they've monstered me in the past, but I have, even little old me. However, I had to. QAnon Shaman is a 33-year-old failed actor who lives with his mum. They all live with their mum, don't they? They're all mummy's boys.
Hey.
Well, there were a fair amount of wealthy people there, actually.
Yeah, I know. There was that woman who hired. There was that woman who hired a private jet to take her friends to DC for the riots, didn't she?
Hey, I lived with my parents.
Did you see what happened to her when she got back to the airport?
A long time.
I think it was her. She got arrested, and literally the police used her head as a ram to get through the airport doors. But there was the woman with her, right? She suddenly goes, "I've got 3 children," and she says, "I've got 4 children." Fucking hell.
With her mysterious changing accent, yeah.
Oh yeah, you've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you did keep up the. I'm always surprised by Christy. Really does. She's you know, if it's a. I'm strange you don't do more online, my darling, because you are very well versed and briefed.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying you're not, Ozma. I'm just
no. I was just thinking. I'm like, wasn't there also a parody gay porn thing with that person?
I don't know.
No, not with that person directly, but making fun of that person with someone dressed as that person.
Now, this is a little out of date because he is to get. He said he was going on hunger strike until he gets organic food. And from what I hear, he is now to get organic food. Right? Okay, but what about the Muslims being detained at Gitmo, who are being force-fed pork?
That's not really happening. That's not a thing. They tried that and the courts shot them down. So, we have shitty courts about non-Christians, but
yeah, exactly. This guy gets I mean, the thing is, he's certainly self-fucking entitled and a self-entitled fucking white guy. And
yeah,
the entitlement of white people does make you fucking sick sometimes. As far as I'm concerned, he should just get bread and fucking water. I'm really not in the mood to, he was part of I mean, okay, it was a clown coup, but still, it was a coup.
There were people going there, and there's the potential other one that may happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that for a little later. Okay.
Darn, I like that one.
So the Camp Auschwitz guy, he's been arrested.
Yep.
Yes, he should.
Good. Because it's hilarious that you hear like Sean Hannity and Alex Jones and whoever the fuck else, right? Sort of basically say, and this was Antifa. Do you know why they're saying it's Antifa? It's not actually to smear Antifa. Well, it is to smear Antifa, but there's a reason. There's another reason, right? It's because it failed. If this insurrection had succeeded, they would have been going, these are proud American patriots.
Well, also there's
really shouldn't do
there's two different. So
But
they
because
say
it failed,
that
they say
stuff,
it's
but at the
Antifa.
same time they defend the woman who was shot.
No. Some are throwing her under the bus, saying she was a Antifa infiltrator. I've seen the parlor post about that.
Oh,
And
because I mean they had been defending her before.
oh, but yeah, basically they're speaking out both sides of their mouth, right?
Yeah.
Because on one hand, this was a patriotic insurrection. No, it was a Antifa riot. The reason being is because it failed, right? But saying it was Antifa, I don't know how many Antifa activists would walk around with a Camp Auschwitz fucking sweatshirt on.
Not without getting punched in the face.
Also, Antifa wouldn't be stupid enough to show their fucking faces. They wear masks.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
do we
still
need
love
to give them
the-
black block
the-
training? We don't need to give them black block training. That's
Look,
you know.
at least they're consistent. They're anti-maskers. That includes hiding your identity.
All right.
Yes.
Anyways, yes. I know Christy knows what this is. This is funny. just watch. This is hilarious. Hold on.
I love every single one of you, but this is what they do to us. This is what they kick me off the plane. They call me a fucking terrorist, and they want to fucking ruin my life.
Sir, please calm down. I was kicked off the.
Where's mommy? I want my mummy. So, anyways, for people who don't kind of get the context, this is one of the guys who was at the Capitol Hill riots, and because he's committed a terrorist offense, he's now on the no-fly list.
Yeah.
There's no crying in insurrection.
Well, there's also wasn't he the person who was pinned down and said,
No, yeah, I've seen that.
You're treating me like black people or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like so obviously racist.
Yeah, that's
I'll
not
see
the
if I
guy,
can
but
find that.
might as well be.
I'll see if I can find that.
No, it's fine. There's like enough on our plate.
Oh yeah, that that was another one. Yeah. There's a face of a MAGA Karen who just found out she's now a terrorist.
They're trying to. They're asking for the manager of America.
I'm
Not
sorry,
my
we got a new manager in America that's coming in a few days, so you'll have to bring it up with the new manager.
Yeah, oh, here it is. This is the one.
You treat me like a black person. Gonna get sprayed.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, MAGA aren't racist.
Not even. A
Yeah,
little.
it's not no racism here. Thinking that black people should be pinned in that way, or
Yeah.
supposed to be.
No, you don't do that to white people. You only do that to black people.
That's
I mean,
bad
that's
thing.
that's their attitude. They think that black people should be treated as second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a story Alex Ozma, contributed. And yes, people should be frightened. This is not over yet.
Yeah.
The FBI are warning of plans of armed protests in all 50 state capitals and in Washington, D.C. in the days leading up to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration, stoking fears of more bloodshed after last week's deadly siege at the U.S. Capitol. Now,
I know that there is going to be a vigil for the woman who died. That's one flashpoint. They've, I think that's happening on Sunday. But there's another protest planned. I don't know if it'll tell us here. Just having a look. That basically, there is another plan to try an armed resurrection where they were going to block Democrats from getting to Congress, or something or other.
Oh,
Yeah, more or less that.
I missed that one.
I do think that there is a risk. Also, that's the guy who, of course, put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
That was one of the people I was like, that guy's definitely getting arrested.
Yeah, he doesn't look so happy there, does he? His mugshot. Christy might know the person's name. Who's that nutcase representative from Colorado? Bobbin?
Bobert. She's been stopped twice now because they have to go through the metal detectors.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Not just, I mean, there's going to be, I would imagine security will be extremely tight next Thursday in DC.
So far, she and Louis Gomard have blown past it and refused to stop.
Yeah,
so they should get shot, I'm thinking.
Well,
that's what everybody else would happen.
Well, they're going to have to, I mean, it's the first time ever they're going to have to screen congressmen through a metal detector to see they're not carrying a gun.
Well, the problem is it's her fault because she's the one who started saying she's carrying the gun onto the floor.
Right. They're scared that a member of Congress might shoot Joe Biden. This is how bad things are. Well, this is not over yet, my friends.
Yeah. I know it's also brought up by the host of Junk Shop Library, who may or may not, is it Junk Shop Library? Fuck, I'm terrible with names. Junk Shop Library, who mentioned that, the Cuban Missile Crisis was like 12 days or something. It was like it was longer than that, though.
13 days.
It was like what?
It's 13 days.
13 days.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a longer build up and aftermath, but yeah, so a lot can happen. A lot of stress can happen in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Now, oh yes, Alex. Now, just listen to what he has to say here.
Then the White House told me 3 days before, we're going to have you lead the march. The Secret Service, before Trump finishes 30 minutes before, so we'll lead you to a point, take you out of the front row, and lead you to the place where they want you to start the march. And Trump will tell people, go and I'm going to meet you at the Capitol. Then the White House told.
Right. So
can I sing the beginning of the Black Parade now?
So Jones is saying that he led the rioters onto Capitol Hill, right?
Yeah.
And Trump ordered him to do it. Now, that's bullshit. We know this. And pretty much everything Alex Jones says is bullshit. But I think that the FBI should have to take that on face value and arrest him.
Yes.
I mean, there's a few criminal offenses that. I mean,
just
like Alex
that
Jones generally tries to
that is not covered under
work around it, and after all the libel cases of him getting sued for defamation.
No, but he basically, we know he's bullshitting, but the point is that he is basically bragging he led the rioters, right?
Yeah.
And for that, he should be arrested on the face value. Yeah. And made to sweat for a little while, right? I'm just saying. And the other thing is, I played Ozma before we went on air. James is losing his shit about QAnon. He doesn't like QAnon. Well, actually, I knew this before, but it's because QAnon is something which he didn't start. He doesn't lead. That's basically it. He sees it as competition.
Yeah,
because they're about the same, ridiculous bullshit about how the government is controlled by, satanic pedophiles and whatever the fuck else.
Yeah, QAnon's a bit of a. I could sit here for like a couple of hours and try and explain it, but I don't understand it.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'll just sing more of the Black Parade. So.
On to
no one's understanding this. I'm just gonna stop now.
Well, if you want to talk about it.
No, the way he was talking, it's because the lines from the beginning of the song, "That someday I'll leave you a phantom in the summer." Someday I'll lead you a phantom in the summer to join the Black Parade.
Right.
I left out a line, but
anyways, on to the LGBTQ news, because we are LGBTQ rants.
Yeah.
People. I know some people go, what's the last 40 hour been about? Well,
look, America's going to shit, and two of the people here are in America, so like,
yeah.
You have to understand. If something happens and we can't do LGBTQ rants for a while because the Capitol's been stormed.
well, if there's a threat of a fascist coup, that's not going to affect LGBTQ people, is it?
No. Well, Betsy DeVos did something nasty on her way out. So, because she left just as she came in.
Yeah, well, anyways, I like this story. Lesbian teen who got kicked out by family turns them in as a bag of rioters.
Yeah.
An 18-year-old lesbian who says she had been kicked out by her out of her home outed her Trump-loving family members who participated in the violent altercation. Oh, that's a very diplomatic way of saying it, isn't it? Violent altercation in DC.
I would call it an insurrection.
Well, yeah, I don't know why LGBTQ Nation aren't calling it that. Violent altercation.
Wait, what day is this?
Sounds like some people had a bit of a bust up outside a bar, doesn't it?
Well, I mean,
there's darn football hooligans at the Capitol. I'm sorry, I said the football hooligans.
Hooligans, yeah.
Oh God.
Nobody knows what it's like to be a dustbin in Shaftesbury with hooligans. For people who don't get that gag, go check out Bill.
Look, I'm young. I didn't pay much attention to the internet. I only watched the BBC up until when I was a teen, so...
I tend to pay attention to across the board.
No, it's just
I try to too.
Me and Christy are very well versed in Bill Hicks. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Were you singing a Bill Hicks song?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to enough of Bill Hicks. That's my problem. I just know the International.
Some of it's really hard to listen to now, but
well, some of it is a little politically incorrect now.
Yeah.
Well, he was making he was alluding to he made jokes about George Michael, alluding to the fact he was gay a long time before George Michael came out as gay. Let's just say that, all right?
Yeah, I don't like outing.
Yeah.
Anyways, So a violent altercation in DC on the eve.
Well, unless you're outing your family as terrorists.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Hold on, there's a hold on. There's a typo there on the even of the MAGA right. Eve. God, I thought I was bad. Of the MAGA riots in the Capitol last week.
Even now. Back in the even. The start of the day is the odd part of the day. Dinner in the even.
on the I'm fucking hell, I thought I was bad for fucking typos and anyways, so a lesbian turned in her Trump supporting parents as MAGA riots. Is it? Yeah. I just love that story.
Sorry, I like that quote. Hi, Mom. Remember the time you told me not to go to BLM protests because they could get violent? Wait, go up. No, scroll back up. You scroll away from the quote.
Where?
Right under the title. Hi, Mom. Remember when you told me I shouldn't go to BLM protests because they could get violent? This you? She tweeted with a photo of her mom attacking a black woman. I'm sorry. That is a really good tweet.
Yes. It's
so Donald Trump Jr. Whines about his dad's ban from Twitter. He hasn't been killing homosexuals. Actually, he has indirectly with his due to his policies. But it's not exactly a high bar. What do you want him to do? Oh, you haven't killed any gay people. Oh, here's a medal. Here's a round of applause. It's not exactly a high fucking bar to pass, is it?
He hasn't. Why has he been banned from Twitter? He hasn't caused mass genocide. He hasn't put people in. Or sorry, he hasn't put political and dissenters yet into camps. Like,
I mean, he hasn't put children into camps away from their parents.
Oh
wait!
He has.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He was inspecting. He was inspecting those camps yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see when he gave an impromptu press conference at before he went off to Texas?
Yeah. I regret nothing. Is basically
He started whining on about the election results again, and basically, I think it was ABC pulled away saying he's basically lying again.
House Minority Leader, who had voted to suspend the count, the electoral count, called them up and told him, stop it. He started saying, well, the rioters were Antifa. And he's like, no, they weren't. Stop it. So now he's one of the people who is voting for, at minimum, censure, and perhaps impeachment.
Oh, and the other thing is, Trump has been told that if he pardons himself, that's an admission to his crimes. So Trump has now said no one's getting a pardon. How fucking childish! It's like, I don't get pardoned, then no cunt gets pardoned. Well,
I mean, like, would you just pardon a bunch of people who should be pardoned if you couldn't pardon yourself from all your crimes?
Well, anyways, I think Donald Trump deserves a round of applause for not killing gay people.
Sorry, for not actively killing gay people.
Yeah, not for actively.
Sorry, killing them homosexuals.
It's like
Betsy DeVos on her way out did do the trans kids bathroom bill again.
Yeah, I know, and Trump has stripped away more LGBT. Well, the LGBT right, the LGBT rights, which still, existed. This is why, the threat of a fascist takeover is actually important to LGBTQ people.
Yeah, they don't tend to like people being themselves.
Pink triangles clash with my outfits. See, that's one that I would have told you not to say.
Anyways, a week today, sanity is restored to the White House, and Joe Biden has said that, and this is quite radical for Joe Biden. Actually, I want to applaud Joe Biden.
He said this back in May, though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said, I know.
Oh, it's been reported today.
He was asked how many genders are there, and he said, well, there's more than 2. I know that.
Biden has been campaigning on trans rights for a while, and yeah.
I want to see the video.
Well, this is Charlie Kirk.
That's okay. Oh, he's gonna slow it down so it sounds like.
Oh, right. Okay. This is the old thing I keep hearing from the right. Oh, Trump's a paedophile, so Joe Biden for touching some, young woman. What? Fuck off. He's not. There's actually, there were actually criminal charges brought against fucking Donald Trump, for, fucking underage kids, underage people, and they were buried. That was buried. Anyways, more importantly, Joe Biden, I think he's going to be good for trans people.
Yeah.
That is his cause.
I mean, he said, like, one of the first things he's going to do is to undo all of Trump's anti-trans shit.
Yeah.
In those words, too. No, just kidding.
Well, he did, the one time he did say his bull pucky, He
curses
more than Sophia does.
Sorry?
He curses more than Sophia does, but
I don't believe that.
But he's fairly careful. Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe anyone can swear.
I would
more
imagine
than
Trump
Sophia.
curses more than me.
Well, he's caught on Hot Mic a lot doing it. And remember when the first time anybody really noticed it, he's cursed on the Senate floor before, but the first time anybody really noticed it is when Obama's mic picked him up saying, "This is a big fucking deal, man."
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, no. There has been a
Christy, which conservative commentator was it who actually lost their shit about what happened last week and dropped the F-bomb? Was it on? It wasn't on Fox. I think it was on NBC. It was in the morning. He's known to be lean conservative, but even he was alarmed by. And
George Conway said bullshit on Morning Joe the other day.
No, it was the F-bomb. I've heard.
Yeah,
it.
fuckers.
Who it was.
That F-bomb, the F-bomb that we wouldn't say.
Anyways, so yeah, Turning Point USA. We need to remember that, oh shit, I forgot to include something I'll mention.
The 80 buses he paid for to bring people there.
Oh,
that tweet that he deleted.
Been revealed, but that was it. The Freedom Caucus, which is sort of the Libertarian caucus in Congress, they've owned up. It's been found out that they helped fund busing in people. Well,
the Libertarian caucus, shouldn't the people pay for themselves to get there?
Exactly.
Anyways, there are too many fascists who call themselves libertarians.
Well, talking of Turning Point USA, 2 points about Turning Point USA. One, we need to remember there's still well-funded organizations, donors for right-wing bullshit might be dropping dead like flies at the moment. I know you had one in the US yesterday, and we had one here today. One of the Barkley brothers dropped dead. I can't say I'm particularly.
Who was the person in the U.S.? Because I heard that it happened. But
His surname was Sheridan.
I've been trying to find out.
He was one of the first billionaires to sort of back Trump.
Oh, okay. I know who, but I can't remember his actual name.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We're so disappointed in the fact that he's died. Anyways, Turning Point USA. The other thing to bring up about Turning Point USA is this reminds me that one of the executive orders Biden is going to overturn is bring back protection for trans students on university campuses, which puts Caitlin Bennett out of the job. And well, you know what happened at a Turning Point event with Caitlin Bennett, don't you?
Did she shoot someone by accident?
No, she shot her pants.
Wait, really?
Well, yeah. That's happened to all of us.
Yeah, I mean, they always refer to her as gun girl. Well, no, they should refer to her as poop girl because she poops her pants.
We've all done that at one point or another, haven't we?
Yeah, I think I did that once in 6th grade.
Yeah, same.
Anyway, some good news. Sarah McBride becomes sworn in as America's first ever trans state senator.
Nice.
She was elected to the Delaware Senate. This is good news for once.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Sarah McBride. So
she joins a handful of, Brianna. Can you pronounce that surname for me?
Titoni.
Titoni. Right. Okay. There are a few others. Was it a gay man or a trans man who defeated the leader of the Proud Boys in Hawaii? I can't remember.
It was a gay man.
Gay man, yeah. But still,
I mean, obviously it's possible to be both, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is the way forward. Get trans people elected to office.
Yeah.
We need voices in legislative bodies. We need, we need voices in elected office.
Well, I mean, that's why visibility is so important.
One of the two things about Brianna, which I find interesting, is when she was running, every time someone would try to interview her, she'd keep going back to the issues instead of.
Do you still have a penis?
Well, yeah. She, what I care about is, and then she'd go into her spiel, and the second thing was on night 2 of the Democratic convention, she was the first video speaker.
Yeah, and she also spoke back at the National Convention in 2016. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yep.
So there's some good news. I don't always want to bring people bad news, and there is a lot of bad news around at the moment.
Yeah, but it's always nice to have a little bit of cheery news, because it's not all bad things.
Yeah, Brianna and Sarah are awesome. So.
Oh, and
right, yes. Captain Clear strikes again, otherwise known as Clear Star.
How did I miss this? What did she do? Because it was on the 6th that the report came out, and I was otherwise occupied.
Right, yeah. Rose, sorry, I was meant to include this last. Well, yeah, something happened on the 6th. What was that?
Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't remember. There's just.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard they're talking about something on the news.
Well, you don't
a
remember
bunch,
what I talked
and
about.
we're like
5 minutes-
talking on the LGBTQ Rants for like our first episode this year about something, but I don't know what it was. It wasn't anything important. I'm sure.
No.
Otherwise, I'd remember.
I mean, we usually have a riot here.
Yeah. I was wondering. I mean, we did the show obviously to catch up with all the stuff that happened over Christmas on Saturday, and people can go back and watch that. I'm sure Ozma will post a link to that below.
Wait, what?
If she remembers what I said 5 minutes ago, she's admitted she doesn't.
I don't remember what anyone says 5 minutes previously.
Right. Okay. Well. Anyway, so Keir Starmer urged by Labour members to show some leadership and suspend Rosie Duffield, who's been spouting a load of transphobic shite. And in fact, members of her own parliamentary staff have resigned because of her spouting transphobic shite. I mean, Starmer generally is Captain Clueless. I mean, at the moment, Boris Johnson is Captain U-turn. I mean, you know, I'm not going to institute any more COVID restrictions before Christmas. 2 days later, we're going to have to enact more COVID restrictions. And then after Christmas, he goes on the Andrew Marr show, which is the equivalent to Meet the Press. I think parents should be sending their children back to school. It's safe. A day later, we're going to have to close the schools because it's unsafe. Yeah. I mean, Boris Johnson's not fit to hold the fucking office of Prime Minister, but neither is fucking Keir Starmer. He can dream about being Prime Minister. He'll never, I will say publicly, he will never be Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. He hasn't got a fucking clue. Now, the word out of the Labour Party about this, because I still have friends who are members, is that he doesn't want a culture war. He wants to bring people together.
Has he actually watched British news?
I mean, he wants to bring people together. Have you, he's the kind of let's all sit down and have a nice cup of tea and a bit of a talk.
Well,
you expect me to talk to fucking TERFs who want to wipe me from the fucking face of the planet?
Well, I mean, that's the thing with a lot of these conversations is that they'll be like, oh, I don't want a culture war, but I'm supporting people who are starting a culture war to try to get rid of a part of culture. And it's like, yeah, no, if you're against culture war, then you should be against Keir Starmer should be against Rosie Duffield if he's against a culture war, because she is actively participating in a culture war that is anti-trans.
I mean,
so it's just, it just sounds like Keir Starmer doesn't give a shit about anyone trans, and so he doesn't want to get into it because that seems complicated and dramatic, and there are people getting hurt, so he's not going to get involved.
Well, I don't want a culture war. I just want the same rights as any cis woman.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. End of.
Any person, for God's sakes.
I don't want to be treated as a second-class fucking citizen.
No, let's be honest. You're treated as a third-class citizen. Second class goes, because there's still a lot of misogyny, so second class goes to women, and then third class goes to LGBT and LGBTQ plus and disabled people.
Well, the other thing you hear at the moment is from the far right, which makes me laugh, because I mean the far right, first of all, they'll say they believe that COVID is a hoax. I mean, I am not kidding. I saw plenty of posts by Gammon last year. So COVID-19 is a hoax to derail Brexit. Well, I'm not kidding. But the other one you hear from the far right is, the whole LGBTQ stuff isn't important. What about COVID? Right, because like LGBT people suddenly don't exist because of COVID. Actually, some don't because they've died of COVID. But
Yeah.
Point is, just because there's COVID-19, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it doesn't mean that you don't work on other stuff. I mean, geez, during the Second World War, yes, there was a lot to debate in Parliament about the war, but at the same time, they were debating enacting comprehensive education. So the world doesn't stop because of COVID-19. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm hearing from the far right. I mean, the far right are always like this. They seem to think the government can only do one thing at a time.
Well, it's not. I mean, so it's oftentimes doublespeak. So they'll act like the government can only do one thing at a time when it's something they can disagree with, and then if it's something they agree with, then we should enact that right away. And it's super important.
I mean, all you've heard from the far right is, I mean, they are simpletons, and they think like simpletons. They think that bad old immigrants, that'll solve the problem. Yeah. Quality of sliced bread, bad immigrants. That will solve it. There's a lack of sunshine. Well, bad immigrants. Yeah, that's their thinking. They think there's like one magic bullet to solve all fucking problems. I mean, we heard it out of UKIP for fucking years. Blame the EU, blame the EU, blame the EU for fucking everything.
Yeah.
Now we're out of the EU.
Well,
I suspect in 6 months' time, right? It hasn't quite happened yet, but I suspect in about 6 months' time, right, there will be racist Brexiteers. And let me just say, maybe not all Brexiteers were racist, but all racists are Brexiteers.
Yeah.
You'll hear racists go, "Oh, we didn't really leave the EU." Yeah. Because basically what they meant by Brexit is, they don't want non-white people, living in this country. That's what they want. They don't want white supremacy. That's what they want.
Well, I mean,
my people have never invaded another country. No.
What?
Oh yeah. Britain colonizes 3/4 of the globe and then wonders why there's immigration.
Well, the Iberian people.
The Liberian
never done
people did
anything.
actually. Can I Dominic Republic, Haiti? Oh no, Haiti was France, wasn't it?
Yeah,
South
well,
America?
Vietnam. France started Vietnam, and America
Well, whatever.
finished the job of being awful to the Vietnamese people.
Well, we're getting off the topic, but essentially, Keir Starmer last weekend, he said, first of all, he wants the Labour Party to be about the family. Sorry, you sounded like a conservative there, mate. That smacks of John Major and back to basics. And that sort of backfired on John Major, I distinctly remember.
I mean, I would respect caring about families if when it comes to people, if they actually fought for all sorts of families to be able to exist and live comfortably. But oftentimes it's about preserving the nuclear family type thing.
Yeah, but the whole family values thing has always been a conservative bullshit, and it is.
Well, I mean, it's oftentimes a dog whistle for anti-LGBT stuff.
The other thing is, he was interviewed by Andrew Marr, and Andrew Marr, the last question he asked him was, "Has Joe Biden given you a call yet?" And Keir Starmer said, "No." Well, yeah, because Biden doesn't want to talk to conservatives. Boom, boom.
What's the guy's name again?
Who?
The interviewer?
Andrew Marr.
I just keep asking him why he doesn't rejoin the Smiths.
That was Johnny Marr.
No, it's all the same to me. Well, all you British white people look the same to me.
Oh, thanks. Right. Well, that's about
I figured I'd just go for it. The heck.
that's about it. Now, I've got some news of my own.
Yes.
I will be starting streaming next week.
Good.
On your channel.
Yep. Just need to. It's my channel is youtube.com / Sophia Christy Botha. So watch out for that. Probably next Monday, I would imagine.
Very nice.
But failing that, you can find me on Twitter at Sophia Botha 74. Ozma, want to tell people where they can find you?
Okay, they can find me. There are links to everything I do, I think, on osmainthedark.com, unless I haven't updated it to include fluid voice, all the fluid voice stuff, like a weird dummy. But you can find me on the fluid voice every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. This week, our guest is Chud Logic. I know. You can also find me on Twitch on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern, doing World of Warcraft stuff. And you can find me on Twitter at Talking to Nothing. Sorry, it's spouted a long thing.
Christy, where can people find you, my darling?
At Normality Quake on Twitter. I will be starting. I will be starting on a new blog site, which I'm pretty excited about. A trans blog site that pays like money and stuff.
Oh yeah, I know you'll be writing for as well.
Yeah,
friend of mine who hasn't asked me to write for them.
I asked. I
yeah,
just
but
didn't know that. I didn't know that's who I was asking. If I had known, I probably wouldn't have. If that makes any sense, because I have an absolute wish to not succeed. I've got Rhetoric and Discourse on Christy, my main channel, which is Christy Abbey. Of course, I'm on the Fluid Voice as well. I should be back to this show regularly. I apologize for being sick. I even had to push all the new interviews back by a couple of weeks. So I have Zanzi, but we haven't rescheduled yet. And Rhetoric and Discourse is going to be next Tuesday. We're recording it on Thursday. So, Scott Nice Wonder of Nerd Sync pretty soon after that. I'm going to start drifting away from the trans stuff on my channel.
Wait, you've got Scott Nicewander on?
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh my god.
Why?
Anyways.
No, because, like, I totally want to get him onto the Fluid Voice. I feel like maybe I got too nervous to ask him or use the wrong contact method. I like that guy. He's always enjoyable to talk. Or sorry, I almost said he's always enjoyable to talk to, even though I've never talked to him. I've always enjoyed his stuff.
Anything in chat before we go?
The last thing was a comment about the dog whistle thing. But a lot of it was related to stuff we were talking about that I couldn't think of a good way to bring up.
Right, so next week, obviously, is Joe Biden's inauguration. So I'm going to put out this appeal to anyone. If anyone wants to join us, they've got to have a functioning webcam and mic, and you're trans, contact me, Ozma, or Christy, all right?
I'm honestly easiest to contact at Talking to Nothing. I'm just telling you that now. I use the professional email stuff. I try to keep up with.
Yeah, I was going to say, contact us on Twitter is probably best. And we'll try and sort something out. You've got to have a functioning webcam and a microphone, and you've got to be at least coherent. Though I'd imagine we'll have a few drinks in celebration.
Oh,
So,
I thought you were going to say.
I'm not sure.
At least
for
you
very
need
long.
to be at least like Ozma's level of pretty to be. No, just kidding.
Well, yeah, we could actually get a World of Warcraft translator in for you. Anyway, no, don't start.
My roommate is a World of Warcraft translator. Like, he can totally translate this stuff.
I know just the guy to translate for us.
Yeah. So,
but I'm not going to say the name. So,
anyways,
you know what it is, Ozma. Come on,
so
say it.
So if you want to
What,
join
you're talking
us,
about Tavares?
No, Leroy Jenkins.
Oh. Oh my god. But but Leroy Jenkins wouldn't do it on command. He would just jump in and start translating.
Exactly. See, there he is now.
Yet again, if I can
timing, it's actually Steve messaging. So.
If I can finish a fucking sentence.
Oh, now you know how the rest of us feel.
Hey,
oh fuck you!
You know, I know what raid that Leroy Jenkins was rushing in on. It's specifically in BWL. It's after the not BWL. BWL? No. Yes. No. But fuck, was it just a fucking regular dungeon? Fuck, it might have been a regular dungeon.
It was a regular dungeon.
Yeah, it was sorry, UBRS, Upper Blackrock Spire. Sorry. That was my mistake. Yeah, Upper Blackrock Spire at that one point with all the dragon eggs. And he was just like rushing in, open up all the dragon eggs.
Anyways, so if you want to join us in a celebration of sanity being reinstalled at the White House, let us know. In the meantime, take care of yourself, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Bye.